Hello guys, welcome back to another weekly show on iTechnology Reviews. I'm gonna do a tutorial for those of you who want to use 120 Hz and you have a Denon receiver and a projector who supports 120 Hz, but you have a bump in your setup and the receiver will not work giving to the projector 120 Hz. Guys, I got to admit to you that lately I begin to game and I understand now you gamers with the game modes, the colors and this refresh rate that the gamers are mad. Returning to my review with the projector LX700 from Viewsonic, I got to tell you that projector into the gaming mode, into the Hertz, the refreshing mode, where it's unbelievable. And I'm saying this because, you know, I kicked a little bit Viewsonic for that big mistake that I cannot pass through. You know, it has some problems with some NVIDIA cards and some Lenovo notebooks. And for me it was an inconvenient not to being able to switch from the HDR mode that was permanently to the SDR mode, the normal mode. Now that I bought a new PC, a premium PC that is very powerful, I have to say, well, I'm amazed for the games, and I believe I will do, I'm thinking, but I believe I will do some tutorials and some reviews for the games. And I got to tell you, the Black Ops 6 from Call of Duty, it's unbelievable. The graphics are unbelievable, are amazing, are colossal. I didn't saw a game that can achieve these graphics, especially at the faces of the people, which, you know, the manufacturers struggle to give yourself the reality into the games, to bring as much as reality as possible into the games, into the fiction. Guys, I will film at 60 frames per second. I don't know if YouTube will support 120 frames per second, but you will sense differences. And I will show you into this tutorial how to connect your projector to have 120 Hz and still have a receiver for those of you who want surround sound into the games. And I recommend you, movies, games, you got to have surround sound. I don't know what's happening with Denon. I'm still asking Denon into the model S960H to make a firmware update to fix this problem, because you cannot get out of this receiver 120 Hz, and it's a pity. It supports 8K, it supports at 4K 120 Hz, even 240 Hz in 4K. I used cables at 18 gigabytes per second, so are good professional cables, 4K cables, 2.0. and the receivers will not support. Guys, please tell me if you want into this weekly show. Leave a comment, please leave a comment, give me your feedback. If you want to see games and if you want to see me gaming and showing you a lot of tricks into the games, I don't know, I want to move on, I want to try something different, you know. Guys, now the cables are very important. You will need two cables. You cannot do this operation by one cable. One cable, it's 18 gigabytes per second. It's a HDMI 2.0 and this is HDMI 1.4. It's not important. You can stream 4K on that cable, but I think HDR, you cannot stream 4K HDR. If you want, you can change this to HDMI 2.0 also. You can put two cables of HDMI 2.0 better. But I had this cable and I didn't bought another cable. Now, into the HDMI 1, I put the cable, the gaming cable, because I use it directly from the computer. Into the HDMI 2, I put the other HDMI cable, the 1.4. Now, to your computer or to your Xbox, but I think into the Xbox will not make you trouble. I think when you will use an Xbox, the receivers will work. I'm not sure, I didn't test. I'm talking exclusive for the PCs, because the PCs have problems. And now, I put directly one connector directly to the projector. is this cable that it's 18 gigabytes per second HDMI 2.0. And a HDMI 2.0 that will go to the receiver, into the back. So one cable goes directly to the projector and one cable will go to the receiver. Now let's see the settings. It's like this. The receiver will take the audio and you will need to put two screens. I will show you right away. You need to put we will see two monitors. We'll see this one as a monitor and the projector as another monitor. And now from the receiver, the white cable HDMI 1.4 to go to also to the projector. So now with the remote control, I put, for example, we have into the videos a universal remote control to control everything, to control the receiver, to control the projector, to control your TV, just one remote control. See into our videos. Now I will have two monitors like I told you. So one monitor you will need to leave into the extended, let me show you, project to extend. If you are using only one screen, it will not work, it will not give audio. It will see only the projector, you will have image but you will not have sound. Now I have sound. If I'm putting the Denon AVR, I can set it up for 7.1. Let's see, advanced setup. And I can set up this receiver now for getting from the PC 7.1. And I put it to default, and that's it with the 7.1 sound. Now with the 120 Hz, let's see. So now it says Viewsonic, and I have native 60 frames per second at 4K. But I want to use what this great projector in gaming, I got to admit, it's great into the gaming. It has problems only to that codec, HDR, SDR problem. I don't know if they fixed it. A lot of users complain about this. You got to put the resolution 2560 by 1440. Now you will see the 120 Hz that with the directly through the Denon receiver will not work, and I don't know exactly what is the deal. I made a firmware update. I said I will not make a firmware update, but I did. The Bluetooth now works, still works. I think Denon made something with the new firmware updates for the Bluetooth to work. I don't have skipping of the tracks. You know the problem. We solved that problem also. See into our videos for those of you who have problems with the Bluetooth. And to continue, guys, you have 130 Hz, and I recommend you to put 12 bits. Do not use the default color. Use this profile 422, and you will see you will have 12 bits, and this is awesome for the games. Now, if you see, if I'm putting how fast is this motion, how fast is the motion. So yeah, the Call of Duty, guys, I think it's the best, greatest game. It has some graphics and the story, it's unbelievable. Call of Duty really did it. The graphics are awesome. This is the best game, but I hope Call of Duty into the future will put dialogue to the main person, to the main character into their games. You know, he doesn't respond to anyone. The dialogue is non-existing by his side. You can only respond through the commands, written commands. I hope Call of Duty will implement this. And talking about this, Far Cry 4 had dialogues and has dialogues when talking to other person. In Far Cry 6, the dialogues are also non-existent. I don't know why they messed up this big time. And if we're talking about these gamers, you got to admit this, Far Cry 6, even if you play it hard, it's so soft comparing to Far Cry 4 and 5. it's so soft. If you are putting veteran, I think it's the hardest level. You will kill your enemies very easily, and this is not a good thing. You got to struggle a little bit. I hope Far Cry 7 will come better than Far Cry 6. I'm not saying it's bad, but I saw a lot of things. I'm telling you now, for those of you who don't want to listen to this, you can skip further. In Far Cry 4 you can ride even the elephant. In Far Cry 6, I think they can do better in the Far Cry 7. I hope this year Far Cry 7 will be launched. For those of you who have problems, guys, with the Far Cry 4, if you are playing with the joystick, you know, the joystick from Xbox, this is the great thing. If you are playing on the PC, you can play it. If you are playing with a joystick, you can pair your joystick with the Windows, and you don't have to buy yourself an Xbox. And with the computer you can do a lot of things. And the graphics, you cannot compare a PC, a good PC. I'm referring to 390, 380. And returning to the idea, with Steam you can play and will take the commands of your control, because Far Cry 4, you know, has problems to the commands. I saw that Nvidia barely launched 5070, 5080 and 5090, and they tell us that 1570 will be equal to the 4019. That it's a awesome video card. It's like a beast. And I don't know how this artificial intelligence, all the manufacturer you see now with this artificial intelligence DLSS, the DLSS 4 into the Nvidia, into the 5070, man, will be amazing. And with $500 to be able to buy yourself a video card that will be like a 4019, this is a revelation. I got to tell you, this is an awesome thing. I don't know how they do it, but I'm considering to buy myself a 5080 even for that CUDA, you know. Now the controller works. You see, we can go offline and play Far Cry 4. Into the settings, it will be, let's put it into the full screen, and you see 120 Hz in ultra mode. I have ultra mode. I play even Far Cry 6 at ultra mode on my 3080, that it's a beast of a card also. See the motion. This is what I'm talking about. See the motion. See, man, I'm before, I got to admit, gamers, that I didn't give a damn about the frame rates, and until I saw the Call of Duty Black Ops 6. When I saw the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and the graphics, man, I got to tell you, was a revelating thing, and I start gaming more. I want to game more. Maybe you can tell in the comments what to game now, because I game Far Cry 4, 5, 6. I don't know exactly what games to. Tom Clancy's, I think it's very complicated. I also play Modern Warfare 3. It was launched in 2023, and what are good. The graphics is good, but the graphics on the Black Ops 6 was amazing. I saw a video that a girlfriend bought to her boyfriend that game, and he didn't expect this. Was a surprise. I wish I had a girl that think like this, and I wish I will find a girl to be equal to my soul, and to surprise me with this good kind of things. That it's a game, but if you know what to purchase to a guy, you don't have to buy him a car. Small things, I believe that in life, small things will do. And if you are taking care of your girl, and not necessarily, this is a stupid thing, buying expensive things. Expensive things will not make you reach into your soul. Expensive things you will be glad a couple of days and you will be tired of expensive things. Small things will light up your soul, if you know what I mean. Small things will make a difference, and I gotta tell you guys, all the girls and all my relationship I take care of my girls, and I made periodically flowers every month. I like into my relationship to take care of the wishes of the person who I was with. The attention to the small details, the attention to what she needs, it will do, and the loyalty. And this is a problem to me, that I hope I will find a loyal, decent girl that will be smart. I had beautiful girls, but I'm not interested now in beauty. I'm interested in finding myself a girl that is smart, healthy, and then beautiful. If you are putting game making like I told you before, you will have a 7.1, let me show you. You will have 7.1 surround sound directly into the receiver. And this is a wonderful thing, because you can play with surround sound with all your speakers, not only to the stereo mode. It's quite interesting. Yeah, you see the sound came into my back. Is a great feeling to reproduce the reality. Come on, wolves, let's play. Running guy, coward. Another thing that I did is that I tuned the fans so I don't hear them when I play, and the fans of the video card are great calibrated. The CPU turns just a little bit the fans. If you are tuning quite good, you can go into the 80 degrees with the CPU. It's not a problem when you are gaming to have 80 degrees. If you are having necessarily, and it's imperative to have water cooling, 240 millimeters of water cooling, a good and new paste for a thermal paste, and the positioning of the water cooling block. Pay attention to this, because it's very important to put it exactly, the processor to put exactly into the middle of the water cooling block. I'm looking forward, and I'm very anxious to see when is the date for the GTA 6. The GTA 6, I think, will be a mind-blowing game. I'm feeling that we'll have some graphics that will knock your head off. I'm hoping that we'll rise the graphics. I'm hoping that be to the next level for the graphics to be in 2025 year. I got to tell you, the graphics are good into the Far Cry 6. It could be better. I saw graphics, example, into the water. The vegetation into the Far Cry 4 was equal. So into the Far Cry 6 they didn't do much stuff. The vegetation in the Far Cry 6 is better to the trees, if you see. It's better, it's noticeable better, but I hope into the Far Cry 7 will be awesome than this. I think into the Far Cry 6 they could do better than this. And to harden up strengthen up the veteran, to put the veteran to be very hard to play, to be this level, to go and be so hard to play, not like this. I think it's a medium. The veteran of Far Cry 6, it's actually medium. I don't know exactly what is with those frames. You know, NVIDIA has option to use DLSS. So if we are going to the NVIDIA control panel, if you want to use DLSS, you got to install yourself NVIDIA application. And into NVIDIA application you have that scaling. and it will give you a lot of frames. But for me, it's enough. Like when you click 120 Hertz, I don't really see if that activation of DLSS will do better. Maybe it will do, I'm not convinced. I played a little bit with DLSS, and I think it will accelerate a little bit of frames. You will see 240, 280, you'll see a lot of frames. And you can activate this by pressing, you see in the right corner, by pressing Alt-R. And now you have this. Settings, let's see, current value. And now go and find image scaling. Put it to 1 and lower a little bit the, you see here, the resolution, and I put the resolution like exactly for the 120 Hertz. Sharp optimize, let's optimize. And we'll optimize for whatever game you want. Game is optimized, and it will use DLSS. This DLSS, it will lower somehow the resolution, it will upscale it to obtain better frame rates. I gotta tell you that the Far Cry 6, the reflections are impressive. Let's put, you see it's in ultra mode. Frame rate. Image scaling. Let's scale it even more. Optimize, and now you can use, and let's see the frame rates with this projector. But I think maybe it's only into my head. I'm not feeling differences if the FPS in the right top corner will say 200, 300, 400 frames per second different than when I turning off the image scaling. Maybe it's into my thinking. An interesting thing that Black Ops 6 has directly into the game DLSS, that you can activate it and you can use it directly. This game doesn't have. Now the manufacturers of the games you will see them that are developing and are using this DLSS into their games, and it's a good thing. And you got to do some settings here into the options, into the video. You got to some advanced settings, super resolution, put it like this, not frame lock, this shading, and CAC will turn on the reflection. So you see on the shadows and the reflection. These are the RTX will use this architecture from the new video cards. Sincerely, I liked better without this DLSS. The motion is I think it's better, but sincerely guys, it's a little bit, you can see that they upscale it. It's like some details into the trees, into the vegetation. I simply don't like it. Not all the games will do this. The Black Ops 6 will automatically have the DLSS into the menu, and you will not need, don't need to make this upscaling. Let me turn it off. Now I have returned to 120 Hertz. Let's see that. I think it's awesome. The vegetation now, it's not overscaled, upscaled, downscaled, and then upscaled. I think the motion is good. Guys, I'm filming with a mobile phone at 60 frames per second. The colors are very good. The frames per second I achieved, let's see, I achieved over 100. 105, you see 100. I'm looking forward for the Far Cry 7 and the GTA 6 this year. I think will be the groundbreaking. These games will be awesome. I don't know if this year will be launched Far Cry 7. I hope it will be improved. It had a better story than Far Cry 6, and I hope we'll have more mysticism. Far Cry 4 and Far Cry 5 had a lot of mysticism, and that was good in my conception. I don't know if you agree with me, but I'm hoping that Far Cry 7 will have more than Far Cry 6. Hope you like this idea, guys, and hope you gamers now you will have a great setup which you can use 120 Hz, or why not for the projectors who permit you 240 Hz. Please subscribe that button and like this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day. See you. Bye.